Is going to end up talking about drivability, steerability, alignment, and stuff like that. It's going to be several. This is one of the discussions, and it's going to be uh, uh, drivability. It's going to be page 1. Now, each page is going to be 10 to 15 minutes, and the page is going to continue. And I'm going to continue, but YouTube and Patreon say that your videos to keep interest needs to be 10 to 15 minutes. So I want to make this 10 to 15 minutes, stop it, and then continue with another video, page 2. But these are not going to go out every 3 or 4 days. I'm going to make these in a progression, and then I'm going to put them out. Why? 1, it's adding to the database. Okay. 2, if there's something you're interested in, you don't want to wait 6 weeks to get to the end of it. It's kind of like going to Dairy Queen and waiting 6 weeks for a milkshake. We don't want to do that. So what I'm looking to try here on these discussions. Now, discussions will not have very much hands-on, if any. They also won't have that much production having to do with tools or parts or thing like that. It's truly discussions. Okay, so you can put your tools away and sit down with a piece of paper and think about some things we're doing. That's what the discussions are about. Now, discussions, they're ongoing, page 1, 2, 3, page 65. Who knows? Because you guys, I really want you to give comments. Now, the silent majority, you guys are mostly the silent majority. You're sitting back watching the videos, good. Well, that one wasn't too good. I didn't learn much. But you don't say much. And that's cool. I feel that I'm a silent majority too. But what I would like you to do here, if you're involved in this and you're a ranch hand and you're looking at videos for information or just enrichment, give me some input. Comment to me. If you don't want the comment to be out, text me to the phone number. All right. If you just want to be personal comment, or if you do want to comment that other people can re-comment on, dude, that's why we're doing all this stuff, to get interaction. Okay. So I really do invite you to make comments, even the silent majority. I even want you guys to give me some input. All right. All right. So this discussion today, we're at 10 minutes. So we're going to get 5 minutes into this, and I'm going to break it to go to page 2. Discussion today is, I'll show you a picture that caused all of this question. Normally I would do a video like this, and then we would get to the end, and everybody goes, "Oh man, only got 3 minutes of good stuff and all this discussion." Well, that's okay, because you're not going to have to wait 4 or 5 minutes. 4 or 5 days for another installment. I'll put it out probably tomorrow or the next morning as soon as I get it produced. All right. So on that last road trip, during the road trip, I put this picture up about how I'm driving. I've got my elbow on the wrist and I have 2 fingers on the wheel, and we're doing 60, 65 miles an hour. All right. I got so many comments, even phone calls about this. Right? How do I do that? How can I drive it with 2 fingers on the wheel? I've got to hang on to mine. Okay. I've seen so many discussions on line on the internet about, oh, you got to have this or that, you got to do this and that, and you got to have this certain specs and all this stuff. You got to have this device, guys. That's why this discussion. All right. You say, well, I want to be a better driver. I want to drive it easier. Okay. Immediately you say, well, it's not my problem. It's not me. It has to be the motorhome, or it has to be the road, or it has to be the weather conditions. And all those things can enter into it. But if you're asking a question, a basic question like, how can I drive better? How can this machine drive better at 60, 65, 70? Now I'll say this, even at 50 or 55, everything could be off and this thing could drive well. I mean, you just hang on to it, no problem. When you get above 60, 65, and get into the 70 range, that's where the steerability and the drivability come into play. All right. And there are a bunch of things. That's why this video is going to be page 1. Okay. Page 1 is, let's start at the beginning. I know you guru guys go, I'm going to pull my hair out. I can't take it. Well, guys, just chill out a second and listen to me for a second. Again, these are discussions, and you know that I'm not going to have a wrench in my hand. Not this time. Let's start back at the beginning. Now, this is a 26-foot long car. It has the characteristics of a truck in that it's big, but that's about the end of it, because the rest of the characteristics of the body, the frame, the suspension, the steering, the drivetrain, these are all much more like a car, right? And GMC, no matter how bad and cool, my coach looks with the big fat tires and all that stuff, these things are highway machines. Take an airplane fuselage, which basically our body is designed after, an airplane fuselage. Put wheels on it and drag it through the desert. What are you going to end up with? Big pile of loose, squicky stuff. Aircraft fuselage design was not designed to take heavy shock. Okay, the design wasn't made for that. To take that, you need stronger and stronger body structure. Our body structure is loose. It's made to go down the road like a slinky. It's 34 inches off the ground. It's made to be sucked to the ground and go down the highway. It's not made to go on road. It doesn't have high clearance off road. It's made for highway driving. Okay. When you buy tires, I know you want to get all-terrain tires, and that's fine. If you're going to be in areas that have dirt and loose gravel, you better get some aggressive tires, because if you put highway tires on it, which is what I recommend, what I use, why? Because I'm putting it on the highway. But if you use an HT tread and you get in wet grass, you're pretty much done. You got 8,000 pounds pulling 4,000 pounds. I've got somebody calling in. Yeah, Russell, I'll give you a call back in a few minutes. Yeah, just hang on. So anyway, broke my train of thought. Let's go back to what? There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. So this is more like a car, right? So let's think of it more like a car. Let's think of it as a highway machine. Now, things I'm going to talk to you about are to drive this on the highway. Okay. I will talk a little bit about if you do want to go into gravel and off-road. And mine, I like the fact that I can go off gravel, and we'll talk about how to set it up for that too, right? This is going to be a long, long video. I'm already at 16 minutes. I am not trying to say, oh, I'm going to show you this, I'm going to show you that, and not do it. But I'm out of time right now. Page 2 will come out the same day this comes out, and I offer you to go to page 2. Thanks. Please hit like and all that kind of stuff, share. These discussions are to answer questions that you have. So this is another form of video teaching. Great. I'll see you on page 2.